Well, hi, students, and welcome to week 5 of IT 1010. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're gearing up for the start of October. Fall just started over the weekend, so I hope things are okay with you. I'm happy. I like fall. Okay, your historical fun fact for this week is a twofer. All right. So, if you ever are interested in the history of computers, there were some major players back in 19 all over the place for hundreds of years. So let me do some math. So 77 years ago, this coming Sunday, um, there were, as I told you in a previous video, there were some major players named Mauchly and Eckert, and there's another one named Atanasoff. So John Atanasoff is the man who coined the term memory in terms of computer. So computer memory, the same way our brain is supposed to, well, mine doesn't remember things. So anyway, there was a lawsuit. So there was the trial of the decade, as it were, in computer history. During the trial, to decide who would receive credit for designing the first electronic computer, John Atanasoff's lawyer, Mr. Halliday, finally persuaded John Mauchly to confirm several key points. At one such point was that on September 30th, 1941, Mauchly had written to Dr. Atanasoff, co-designer of the Atanasoff-Berry computer, suggesting a cooperative effort. Mauchly was considering the development of a computer and had asked Atanasoff if he had any objection to the use of his concepts. So the judge would eventually rule in favor of Dr. Atanasoff that he was the inventor of the computer. So that was 77 years ago. Now, 1988. Now I have to do math. Oh, that one sounds like around 2018 and 1988. So 30 years ago, also on the same day, the PS2 was IBM's follow-on computer to its PC, PCXT, and PCAT machines. The PS2 used in the microchannel architecture, a bus format compatible with IBM's Open ISA standard, adopted by clone makers. IBM had introduced this machine just the year before, making the 3.5-inch floppy disk drive and video graphics array standard for IBM computers. Standard for IBM computers and compatibles. PS2s were the first IBM computers to use Intel's 80386 chip. And IBM released a new operating system, OS2, at the same time allowing the use of a mouse with IBM computers for the first time. And if you don't know what a floppy disk looks like when you go into Word, look in the upper left-hand corner where you save your document. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are still using the image of a floppy disk. Okay, so those are your historical fun facts. This stuff has been around for years and years and years. A lot happened over the last century, from the early 1900s through the 1940s and 50s. A lot happened during World War II. And IBM, the gentleman who founded IBM, Herman Hollerith, didn't even realize what he was doing. He created a computer, almost like a Scantron reader for punch cards. And he was the one who did the census back before the turn of the last century, and reduced the computation time of the census from 8 years to 1 year because he used computers. Okay, so welcome to that, and thank you, gentlemen. All right, moving on. All right, this week we're going to move on to Word Chapter 2. Last week we did Word Chapter 1. These follow in sequential order. So this is about research papers. Now, what's going to happen is when you get to English 1101, 1102, probably a psych class or two, or a sociology class or two, some philosophy, you may have to do a research paper. So we're going to go over what some of that is. And I'm just going to walk you through this as quickly as I can, because I wouldn't listen to me this long, but I thank you for doing it. All right. So this is what you're going to do, the Word Chapter 2 Skill Builder. You're going to enroll in this library research course. I'm going to go over the presentation for MLA versus APA. Then there's a quick database assignment and your attendance journal. All right, so watch this. All right, and I think I have it open here. Okay, so MLA and APA are two different methods of citing sources. Okay, so whenever you go to do a research paper, you'll see it in a textbook that you have where they'll cite it. It might be at the end of the chapter. It might be at the end of the book. And they give credit to the people whose material they used, which is the appropriate thing to do. You can quote anything from the internet. You can quote anything from a book. But you must give them credit. You must you can't steal copyrighted material. Okay, so we're gonna use these two most popular versions, MLA versus APA, but there are other ways. And basically, all you're doing is saying, here's the author, here's the name of the book, the article, the recording, the speech, the video, the poster on the third grade classroom, whatever. You're just giving credit where you got it, where you saw it, and you're saying this was not my original material. All right. So MLA means Modern Language Association, which is when you're doing a paper for philosophy, literature, religion, art, music, history, and language, and it's based on authority. Okay. So you're saying based on this authority, this is how we're going to do it. American Psychological Association is used when you're doing anthropology, psychology, and sociology, and that's based on currency, and that doesn't mean money. It means that it's current information. Okay. Now, pay attention to this because when this is going to come up when you do your attendance journal. Okay. So think about what classes you're taking and where you might use each of these. Okay. So in MLA, and that's this one over here, philosophy, literature, religion, art, music, history, and language. Okay, there is no cover page or abstract. You just start your paper. Okay, the author is identified, that would be you. Okay, is identified on the first page and in the header. Citations do not use P for page or double P for pages. Notation before the page number. So it's just going to have the page number. You're not going to say this was found on page 258 or pages 258 to 60. You're just going to have the page number. And then the bibliography, which is the list at the end of the document, is called works cited. That still hasn't been changed. It's works cited, not word cited. And then the author's full name appears in the bibliography. So then let's do the comparison. So APA has a cover page and an abstract. And an abstract is, nobody can ever define it. It's kind of like not a summary of your paper. It's what you're setting out to do. In this paper, we're attempting to do this, or it's research. So what is it you're trying to accomplish? What are your goals in doing this paper? Okay, so the title and page number are on the remaining pages of the document. The citations use the letter P for a single page and double P for multiple pages before page numbers. The bibliography is called references. So at no point do you use the word bibliography. You use works cited or references. And the author's first, initial, and last name appears in the bibliography, even though full names were specified when it was originally entered. It's kind of interesting. All right, so here are some specifications of the papers. Okay, so in MLA, you have 1-inch margins. In APA, you have 1-inch margins. They're both double spaced. They both use 12 point Times New Roman. Okay, they both have a header. So they're similar. So MLA and APA are similar right through these four things. They both have a header. In MLA, it's right aligned, meaning over here on the right, with the student's last name, a space, and the page number. So the top of the page would be Thompson, space, and the page number. Okay. APA is a little different. So it's got these first three. Then there's a cover page. And on the cover page, left aligned at the top, is a running header, a full or shortened title of the paper. And then the page number is right aligned over here. On the remaining pages, left aligned is the name of the paper as it appears, and you do not literally you put running head on the first page, but on the remaining pages you don't say running head, it just has that same shortened name. It's kind of interesting. I don't know why they think of these things. Okay. So in APA you have a cover page with a full title paper, the author's name, and author's institutional affiliation, because usually when you're doing research, you're doing it for an institution. So it would have the full title, then Glennis Thompson, then UNM or CNM or whatever, and then a brief summary of the paper's content. That's what they're calling an abstract. Okay. Now, citations. This is where you have to do it. So there are two places you're going to cite material. One is in text, meaning when you quote from somebody's paper or project, you have to give them credit. So you have to give them in-text citations, and then the full citation is in the bibliography, whether it's works cited or references. Okay, so MLA follows the author page format. This means that the author's last name and the page numbers from which the quotation or paraphrase is taken must appear. So this might be the quote, and then it would say Jones 263. A complete reference would appear in your works cited page at the end of your paper. So that somebody who said, oh, the Jones paper, let me go look at the Jones book or article or paper or whatever, and look at page 263 to see what the context is for the quote. In APA, you follow the author date, not page number, method of in-text citation. This means that the author's last name only, so they both just have last name. MLA has pages and APA has the year. This means that the author's last name and the year of publication for the source should appear in the text, and a complete reference would appear in your reference page. So there you go. All right, so footnotes. Footnotes are numbered, indented, and double-spaced. So footnotes are when there's usually a line, and then it has some kind of supplemental information, and you'll be doing that in your paper. Okay, you're going to provide additional information, but are not to be used in place of citations. So you'll see it in the paper that you're going to do for your skill builder. All right, the bibliography is generated from sources, references. So in the olden days when we had to use typewriters and before they had fixed Word, you actually had to type them, keep track of them, and type them at the end. I still do that. But now, through the miracle of Microsoft, it will automatically generate your works cited or your references page for you. So, and so it's automatically generated within Word. Works cited or references must appear at the top of the page following the last. So when the page ends, no matter where it ends on the page, there's a new page that will say works cited or references, and then your bibliography. It's double spaced and has a hanging indent. All right. So this I want you to make note of. This will be your third new best friend in this class. This will get you through life, more so than I will. Not so much more than right click, but this will be the third most important thing in this class. Make a note of this somewhere, or just remember OWL Purdue, because when you do a search for it, it automatically comes up. Everything is automatic. Potential security risk. So this is a group of people. Let's see if I can get this open. Here we go. This is the most amazing website that has, it's the Purdue Online Writing Lab, and this will help you get through every single thing. APA, MLA, Chicago, they have exercises. So when you go to, for instance, MLA, it shows you how to do an overview, a formatting and style guide. Let me see, where is the thing I want to go? How to do each section of your paper, formatting quotes, end quotes, works cited, the basic format. So this is basic rules. How to do this, and then works with no author, boring postcards. Yeah. So this will give you all kinds of information on how to do these. They give you a sample paper that you can download now. They change, everything changes. And then they do the same thing for APA. So I suggest, if you don't write this down, if you don't bookmark it, just remember OWL Purdue, and you can go through and use that whenever you have to do a paper, formatting and style guide for all kinds of things, types of papers, how to get non-print sources, books, how to quote from the Bible, how to quote from a song, how to quote from a speech. These are things that are going to help you. So just remember OWL Purdue, and that will get you through. I think that's the last. Yes, that's the end of that. Okay, so now you know what that's all about. Okay, so there's some extra material in here about MLA and APA. These are optional, but there's a comparison of the styles and some information about evaluating internet sources. So what that's about, if I remember correctly, is how much credibility do websites have when you go looking for material? I mean, I will tell you, the sole purpose of the internet when it was invented was to provide information. So if you post something on the internet, make sure it's true, or at least say, I think this, or I'm not sure, I hypothesize, something to say. But you cannot put 2 + 2 = 5 and not give some information that, because third grade kids who are doing their homework are going to look for that, and they're going to be wrong, unless you can provide the backup that 2 + 2 does = 5. So when this gives you some information about how to evaluate whether or not some information is credible. And do you need credibility? I mean, if you have a gardening website, a neighborhood gardening website, a book reading website, Oprah's Book Club, or a biker Harley website, okay, yeah, there might be some credibility of when was this designed and that kind of thing. But if you're looking at medical things, WebMD, it will give you some information about where they got their information. If you go look at Wikipedia, which I know we've all done, it gives you at the bottom the citation of where they got the information. Okay, so that's what this is about. All right, so extra resources about effective research. Just read through those. Okay, so now the things that you need to do. All right, we'll come back to the skill builder. I want to get you through this other stuff. The skill builder is very, very similar. All right, so course enrollment assignment. All right, so the instructions are right here. I want to say this is it. Yes. Okay. So what you're going to do is log into Blackboard, which you have already done. Okay. In the upper right-hand corner, it's going to say courses. I highly recommend that you go through the Distance Learning Jumpstart course because that will help you with Blackboard. I think I talked about that. And then click on Library Research course. Then you'll get this window right here, and you just click on, there's a little dot. And then it'll say enroll, and then click on enroll, and then it will show you that you're enrolled in the course. Okay, once you get to this part where it says that you're in there, you need to take a screenshot to show me. This is your assignment, is to send me a screenshot of this. Now, there are two ways to do a screenshot. One is to hold down Control on your keyboard, and in the upper right-hand corner, now I don't know what your keyboard looks like, so 3 or 4 keys in, maybe you're going to see a key that it may be an independent key. It may have something else on it, and it's going to say print screen. It might be PRNT. It might be, mine says PRTSC. It might be PRTSCR, something like that. So Control and print screen, and that's a camera. So when you hold down Control and you hit print screen, nothing happens, but a picture has been taken. So then, let me see if I can do this. You want to go to, let me get to this. You want to open a Word document, and then right click and paste. So you didn't see me take the picture, so I would get a picture of this. Okay. The other option is if you don't have it, click on the lower left-hand corner. Oh, no, there's search, and look for snip, SNIP, and you'll look for something called the snipping tool. Okay. And and I have that already, so I'm going to click on it. And so you can put it on your taskbar. So you get this thing, and it'll say snipping tool. Click on new, and your screen kind of goes white, but you have this little crosshairs. And then you just click and drag, and you would do that. And then you can save it and send me that. But I need to know that you are in that. Sorry, I had the volume up. I need to know that you are in that course, and that's literally that assignment. Okay, and then click on learning modules. Oh, then there's a survey. I'm not so interested in the survey, but you can go do that. It tells you to do it. I think they want to know some information. Now, about this course, this is a library research course that was designed by the librarians. A couple of terms ago, the lady who took over for the lady who designed it sent out this email because it's a course, and she was saying you have to finish this because there are things that have to be done. IT 1010 does not have to complete this. So all you need to do is enroll in it, and then at the end of the term, she purges the enrollment. So if you see anything about completing the library research course that does not pertain to you, it caused quite a bit of kerfuffle, if you will, with IT 1010 students because they were worried their GPA was going to be, I didn't sign up for this, did I pay for this? So all you need to do is enroll in it and then do the work, do the survey. I don't care about getting whether or not you finish the survey. I need this step where it says action successful. You're in the course. Okay. And then you'll come back over here to where it says assignment submission. So you'll save that if you put it on a Word document, you'll submit the Word document. If you saved that snip, it'll be a ping. If you save that ping, put it on your desktop. You can put it in your IT 1010 stuff, but there's not really a place for it. We didn't create a folder for it. You can put it in your Word Chapter 2 if you want, or just put it on your desktop and then just submit it. You'll never have to see it again. And then make sure you click on submit. I'm going to cancel. All right, so that's that one. Did I skip one? Wow. All right. No. Okay, the other one, I think I have open. Hold on one second. Right here. The other one is the database assignment. This one's going to take a few more minutes. You don't have to go into tremendous depth, but this is how to use the library. And this is very important. This is a database. Okay, so this is similar to the Access assignment that you did a week or so ago. So this is going to be, the library has a database of all its materials. And then how do you find that? So this is some information to help you. So this is a document. You're actually going to submit this. Okay. So you're going to need to save this and submit it to me after you fill it out. Make sure you click on Enable Editing if you get to it. So you're going to put your name at the top and then go to the CNM website, and there's a library link right here that will get you where you need to go. Okay. Wrong one. This one. Okay. So go to the library, click on, go to the website, click on libraries. Okay. Then, under some quick links, you'll see Get Help, Libraries, Student Resources, Libraries, Get Help. Okay. Notice the contact us box on the left. And what are the 4 ways you can contact the library? At the top of the page, click on CNM Libraries. Then do a search under Search Everything for childhood obesity and press on Search. And then how many search results were there? Put that answer right here. We're going to narrow the search a little bit, filter if you will. So then just click on full text. Refine your results, then update. How many results are there now? See, this is just going to take a few minutes. Try to do your own research. Go to the search box at the top of the page. Pick a topic related to your career or your major right now, like accounting, communications, nursing. Type in a keyword, something pertaining to nursing. How many jobs in New Mexico? Truck driving. How many jobs in New Mexico? Truck driving. What kind of driver's license do I have to get? Something. Okay, anything. This is not a Google search. This is a library search, okay? So you're going to look for periodicals, things that you're going to find. So just a very broad search, and then I think you narrow it a little bit. Okay. So then click on Cite. It'll show you how to cite, how to do it in APA and MLA. And so what you need to do is when it gives you these filters, just copy and paste them right here. Save this as CNM Libraries, your name, and submit this. So that's literally all you have to do. How many searches did you get? Narrow the search based on something you want to do. Give me the citations for it. Save it and submit it. Right here. Okay? All right. Very cool. Now, that being said, okay, then your attendance. Okay, post directly to the journal. So you're going to click on Click to Launch and tell me what classes you're taking this term or that you will take in the future that might use MLA in a research paper and which ones might use APA. So, for instance, if you look and you say, oh, well, my major is anthropology, so I will be taking classes that will use the APA style. You can say, my major is history or liberal arts, so I would use MLA. So that's that. All right, now let's go back to the skill builder real quick. I skipped over that on purpose. Okay, so how is that working for you? Usually in my face-to-face classes, when I get to this point, people admit they should have watched the videos last week. Okay, so I hope you have availed yourselves of this content. These are the answers. These are the answers to how to do the work. This is the same as my standing up in class and showing you how to do these things. So I hope you're using these and taking these seriously. Okay. I think I want to say, yes, I do. I have it open here. So you're going to click on Word Projects and Word Exam. And the Chapter 2 Skill Builder will be open. Click on that. You'll get hopefully the document with the 4 boxes. Oh, man, maybe not. All right, I have to go to Instructor View then. I think I have a date set on it, so it's not going to show for you. But that's okay. I can do it from here. We'll go to the teacher's lounge. All right, word projects. I think I have them date set. All right. So now you'll get this. All right, when you click on download materials, I hope this works for you where you open them individually. Like I said, we give you the final results. So for this one, you have instructions and your starter file. So when you go through the instructions, yes, I hate Chrome, but that's okay. It works. All right, I'm going to open this. Okay, so these are your instructions. I'm going to move this over a little bit. I don't want to distract you with this. Okay, so it's the very same thing. Take the starter file, save it under last name, first name, Word02 Scale Builder. Find and replace all occurrences of insects with butterflies. All right, so I'm not going to walk you through this because you're going to see it in the other. Let's go over here. Yes, I need this. Okay, so when you go to download, you're going to have your starter file. Like I said, it's the same thing as the Access and last week. All right. Click on Enable Editing so that you can do that. Okay. So then you're going to click on Find. So you have Find and Replace. I use Find Advanced because then I have this box I can move. Whoops. Whoa. No. Okay, sorry. That was Strauss, I believe. I'm not sure. I didn't look very closely. Where am I? So I use this one because I can move it around. Okay, so now let me get the instructions here. Where do they go? Dang it. Come on. Please don't do this after all of this. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right, very cool. Okay, so now I can move this around. I can use this as a bookmark. Okay. Find and replace all of occurrences. Oh, look, I clicked on find, but I can go to replace. So I'm going to find insects. Okay, and I'm going to replace it with butterflies. Okay. Let me, because I usually do something bad. Okay, there we go. All right, so I did not take the space after it. I took just the word. And you can replace all, or you can look at each individual one. I'm going to go to the first one. There it is. Excuse me. You can click on replace, and then it goes to the next one. Then I can click on replace all, and it will say they did it 4 times. You can click on OK. In the first paragraph. Let's see. Okay. There are 2 different ways to do this. The thing about Microsoft is there are 85,000 ways to do everything. In the first body, first paragraph, set the first line indent to 0.5 after right here. Okay. What I do is tab over. They will give you different instructions, but that's literally what they want, is they want the first indent to be a 1/2 inch. So they will give you different instructions, but that's literally what they want. And then they want the space after to 12 point. So when you right click and go to paragraph, space after, just change it to 12. I think that's all it says. And then do the very same thing in the paragraph fences. And then look, see, this runs right together. Paragraph. See, right click is going to get you through more things. There you go. All right. So follow through and do everything here. Modify the heading. Watch the videos. Go right through. Save it and submit it. What was the other thing I was going to show you? Oh, yeah, the answers. You get the answers, of course. We always give you the answers. Your final result is going to look like this. So what you're doing, this is a report, a research paper. So your final, close that, is going to look like this. So the things you're going to do, this is the indent with the 12 points after. This is the indent with the 12 points after. Here are some it's morning and I haven't woken up yet. Okay, so right over here when you do paragraphs and you do bullets, that's what they're called. Thank you. Sorry. And then this is a footnote. And this automatically happens with the line here to separate it. And so this is supplemental material that could be in your paper, but it would take away from the report that you're doing. So you say, oh, I have these, and it's right here. The willow hybrid, it puts this as right here. These trees grow quickly but do not live very long. So fast-growing trees include, so they're listing them to say these are the trees, but then they grow quickly but don't live very long. Then there's a numbered list. Look, here's a reference, an in-text citation. And then this is where the name is going to be. This is another footnote. And this is the references page, and yours will look like this. And this is the hanging indent. Okay? All right. As always, let me know through messages if you have any questions or need assistance, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. Remember not to use Outlook. I cannot and will not answer you from there. I wish you a good week. Happy end of September going into October. Have a good one. See you next week. Bye.